All right, welcome back to Ozarks Live. He is a man who wears many hats. You'll recognize Chad Harris from the Mystery Hour, commercials, all sorts of places.
Yeah, but before we talk with him, we want to give you a taste of what he does. Take a look.
Hey! Yes, I am Chad the Dad Harris. I'm so glad to be with you guys tonight. You know, dads know things, right? Dads know things. Like, I know I look like a friendly version of Shel Silverstein. Right? You finish the book, you flip it over, you're like, oh my gosh, who wrote this? That guy. But you know, I know things because I have a dad translator in my head. Like, take my beard. My daughter loves my beard. She tells me all the time, she says, Dad, you should shave it. But my dad translator is telling me that what she meant to say is, Dad, nobody deserves a glorious beard like that. Thanks, Dad translator. She'll say things like, it makes you look old, but I feel so young. Grandma thinks you look homeless. Yes, but I have the freedom from an oppressive dress code at the office. Yeah, that's the daughter who tries to outstep me. Your kids have Fitbits. They walk around, try to get steps all the time. I devised something that I can beat her with. It's called a sit bit. I can get 40,000 sits in a day and just smoke her.
Yeah.
I rule the sit bit, by the way.
Sit still bit. I have one of those. It's an adjunct to it. Yeah.
Right.
Chad the Dad, it's good to have you here.
Thanks for having me. I'm super excited.
I am too. I'm super excited about this book.
Yeah.
Raise Your Own Damn Kids.
Yeah. So.
All right. So who ticked you off to the point you decided to just tell them to raise their own damn kids?
It wasn't so much of a ticking off. It was, you know, I was at home. I couldn't get out and perform early this year, and I had this concept of a book in my head for the past year and a half, and I finally had the time to sit down and actually complete it. So. It's meant to be an encouragement for parents. Like, you can do this, you've got this, raise your own damn kids. You're not buying it.
No, I'm not. Because I hear that a whole different way in my dad head.
Okay.
Your dad translator's
which is where
changing
you go,
everything. Yeah.
Raise your own damn kids.
Well, you could do that too. You could buy the book and just hand it to strangers and be like, here, just go.
Yeah.
At the grocery store, here.
All I have to say to you. So, you know, it's funny how a pandemic does that. Gives you all this time on your hands. You're like, well,
Yeah.
what am I going to do? Oh,
Right.
that book I was going to write. So I was looking through there. There are a lot of activities.
Oh, yeah.
Are these activities that have worked for you and your kids?
They are. They're time-tested activities, so they are it's a wide range. So it's everything from playing with bubbles to becoming a YouTube star. And not to say that I like all of these subjects. I hate bubbles. I think they're sticky and messy. So there's tips in here to teach you how to use bubbles safely, I guess, without getting a mess.
Gotcha. You've got everything from like thumb wrestling.
Oh, yeah, thumb wrestling, staring contests, a lot of things that, you know, now that we have some downtime, parents are with their kids and they don't know what to do, they can, you know, just kind of flip through here and be like, oh, teach my kid to learn a new activity.
Now, is this something you also teach what line to go to? Like the thumb wrestling, you wouldn't want to do it with the kid like you and I might do it. You know, you're going for blood there.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of geared towards like younger kids, so you want to be careful. There's a chapter in here about pillow fighting, like how far do you go in a pillow fight?
Yeah.
You don't want to knock the kid out.
Roundhouse.
Right, it's going to be one game and over. But then there's some useful advice too, like if you're betting a child to, you know, go clean their room, and you're, let's say you're playing rock, paper, scissors, you're going to want to know what the most effective play is so that you win as a parent. So in a one-round shot, that advice is in here. You're going to want to throw paper. That's the key. If you're ever in a rock, scissors, paper competition.
Okay. I used to send my young nephew to get me a tab. You know how I love tab.
Yeah.
Old school tab.
Right.
And I would time him, and he always got a second or two faster. It was that carrot to get him to do what I wanted him to do. So for volume 2, you're welcome. You can have that if you want.
All right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Anyway.
So are these things you've picked up from other people, or did you learn it on your own with, you know, children, your children, things like that?
It's really just, I think, a compilation of ideas from, you know, raising my kids, doing stand-up, doing improv, doing some satire writing, and it's all just kind of in the book. So you'll find things in there from the improv world, like Word of the Time story, where someone starts and says one word and then the next word and the next word. That's entertaining for children for hours. Kids can play that while you're sitting at dinner waiting for the food to arrive. But no, I'd say it's a mix of like my comedy experiences and then parenting experiences put together.
No, this is a fun book for sure. Where can we find it?
Okay, well, it's on Amazon right now. In the next few weeks, I hope to get it to some local retailers. Bookmarks, pagination, have interest. And then I hope to take some extra copies and just hide them around the library and Barnes & Noble as like a free giveaway, right?
Take
Just a
this book.
giveaway.
Yeah, free.
Oh, wait, that was Abby Hoffman. You don't want to do that. Never mind. So, how can people keep track of you, what you're doing, where you're going with your career?
Sure.
Like that?
Well, you can pick up the book at Amazon, like I said, but you can follow me on Chad the Dad on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Chad the Dad Harris, chadthedadharris.com, or just shoot me an email and say, hey, Chad, what's up? So
Look for the guy lurking around Barnes and Noble now.
Just stuffing books in the shelves.
You'll know him from the beard. Hey,
I got
good to
this
see
at
you.
Barnes & Noble. I kind of like that idea.
Thanks so much. Good
Chad.
to see
Appreciate
you.
it.
I love it.
All right, up next, Joy gets to catch up with the one and only Jeff Houghton.
Yeah, imagine that. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back with that.